What's going on, guys? My name is Jeremy, and this is J Payne Woodworking. And as you can see in the shop today, the walls are gone. I didn't really have walls up in here yet. If you've seen any other previous videos, it's just open studs, and that is getting rectified. That's what this video is about. I'm going to be installing some really nice wall cladding on the inside and across the roof, and it should look great. But before we get started, I want to talk about today's sponsor, and that's Thermery. So these guys are awesome. They have wall cladding and decking and almost anything you could find a need for as far as wall coverings or decking supplies, things like that, decking coverings and cladding. They've got crazy amount of colors and styles, and I'm blown away at the quality of their product. I wasn't quite sure when I went to get them in how it was going to be. I thought it was going to be this really thin, maybe real hardwood stuff, but it is 3/4 inch thick cladding made out of real hardwood, and it looks awesome. I'm going with the Dragon Scale Sugi bond for the walls, so that will be black, and drift spruce hardwood for the roof, and it will be more of a silver color. So that's going to look really cool, and it's going to be, I believe, pretty easy to install as far as I can tell. So that's what this video is going to be covering today, is us putting the walls up. So let's get to putting these walls up, and then when this is done, we'll take a look at it. So one thing I wanted to show you guys real quick while I was in the middle of all this is the way the connecting systems for the Thermery cladding works. Now, tongue and groove is usually just a groove, such as this, and the tongue. With theirs, I'm finding I don't necessarily know that it's really different because I haven't messed with a lot of tongue and groove stuff, but their system they have is really nice in that I was worried that these were going to mate up flush, as if you were to put two tongues together and have a really thin line here, and it does break it up a little bit, but to me, it just doesn't give that much character. It would have wound up looking like a solid black seamless wall. But with their system, as you can see here, when it snaps together, that is all the way down there. So as you can see, this line here is a bit of a gap. And I really like that. It gives a really, really nice aesthetic look to the wall and breaks up this pattern just a little bit because it might be a little much if it didn't. Another thing I want to talk about is the ends. Now, some tongue and groove, I don't know if it's all, you have to meet up the panels as if you were meeting up butt ends on a stud. So you would need to butt them together. Of course, these are not proper. I'm just using this as an example here. You would have to butt these together and then screw them down here on a stud to stop the panels from moving. One really nice feature of the Thermary product is that you do not have to do that. This is the other end of one of the boards, and this clips into place here, and there's very little movement here. As you can see, there's not a lot of movement there. So if this is a 16-foot board and it's against the wall, there is zero movement here, especially if you have a screw within 10 or 12 inches of the end here. There is no movement between these two panels at this seam, which means you do not have to have the two boards that you are using for the length of your wall to meet up at a stud. And that's really nice. It made installing the panels so much easier. Installing these panels without having to worry about I need to cut perfectly to get this seam to a stud and then this one perfectly to this stud. Much, much nicer, and it's super rigid. Most of the seams on my walls did not line up. They were between studs, so they are free floating but connected, and usually within 8 or 7 inches of a stud, or 8 or 10 inches of a stud, as I have 16-inch center studs. So these are super, super strong. Like if I go to my wall, you cannot move these, press these, or bend them. So that's another really nice feature. I just wanted to kind of show that up close while I was getting everything done and let you see exactly how that worked. So let's finish up.
Day 2.
So I hope you guys have enjoyed this video on putting up this wall cladding and the ceilings. I really love how the colors came out. To me, they really pop and go well together. I'm super impressed with this product from Thermery. Go check those guys out. I will have links in the description below. They're really good with customer service and can help you with any of your needs for your walls, decking, roof, whatever you want to do. And there's also so many more applications you can use it for. I'll be doing more on those later. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you see all the videos coming up later on. And if you want to check out more or read about how I did this a little more in depth, go to jpaynewoodworking.com where you will find the article for this install. And also, I want to give a special thank you to my grandfather for helping me out on this. I love working with him. I've learned a lot from him, and he used to be really big into woodworking. So it's great to get him back out in the shop like that and have him out there with me. So thank you for that. I appreciate it. Love you, old man, and we'll see you guys on the next one.